needle magic. In today's tutorial we are going to make this cupcake beanie or cupcake cap. It's very pretty and it looks really cool on kids. Hope you'll like it. For this you'll need yarn. I'm using two colors, but whichever color you feel you want to use, you can use that. And for the rib, if you want the rib to be a little wider, you can just increase the number of foundation chains, and if you want it to be thinner, you can decrease the number of foundation chains when I'll show you. And I hope you like it. So let's get started. Let's begin by making a slip knot. Now chain 11. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now go into the second chain from the hook and make a single crochet stitch. Go into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your needle. Yarn over and pull through both. Go into the next chain and make 1 single crochet stitch. Go into the next chain, make 1 single crochet stitch. So basically you have to keep making 1 single crochet stitch in each chain across till you reach the end. So we'll keep doing 1 single crochet stitch in each chain. This is the last. Okay, now chain 1 and turn your work. Skip the chain 1 that you did and go into the stitch and make a single crochet stitch. And now we have to work only in the back loops. As you can see, this is the back loop, this is the front loop. We have to work only in the back loops. So skip this chain 1, go into the back loop of the stitch and make 1 single crochet stitch. Go into the next stitch, the back loop, and make 1 single crochet stitch. So we have to keep making 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch, but in the back loops. So that will create a very nice ribbed pattern. Just keep doing 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch and in the back loops of each stitch. So here we have finished the second row. Now chain 1, turn your work, and now we have to keep repeating row 2 till you get this till your desired length, that this will be the rib of the cap, the rim, whatever you can call it. You have to measure the circumference of your child's head first, and then according to that you have to make this as long as the circumference of the head of the child or whomever you're making for. You have to just measure that so that this fits the head properly. According to that you have to make this. You have to keep repeating row 2 till you get the desired length, and because of doing each row in the back loops, this kind of a pattern will form. So make this according to the length, according to the size that you're making. Just complete this as long as you want, and then I'll show you what to do next. When you complete making the bottom of the cap according to the desired size that you're making, just chain 1 and fasten off, leaving a long tail, because this will help us sew both the sides. Just make sure when you're taking the size of the child, just make sure when you finish this, if it fits around the head properly or not, because it shouldn't be tight. So once you're finished doing this, just take a tapestry needle and we'll sew both the sides together to form a round. Now join these two ends start sewing this side of the stitch to this side of the stitch. So we'll go into the stitch first, the last stitch, then we'll go into the next stitch of the top portion, then we'll come to the down portion and go into the stitch, then again we'll go into the top portion of the stitch. This way we'll just sew both the ends together so that it forms a nice round. So basically what we are doing is we are going into the back loop of one side and front loop of the other side, and we are just joining both. Again, back loop, front loop, and joining. So we'll just complete this. So after we have finished joining both the sides, what we'll do, we'll just make a couple of knots so that it's secure enough and doesn't come out. So we'll make a couple of knots here. And we'll go in a couple of stitches so that it's secure enough. I like to go into both the directions so that it's much secured. Now we'll cut the excess yarn. So the bottom of the cap is ready. Now we'll start making our cupcake. Now I'm going to take the other color, the multicolor that I'm going to use for my cupcake. So I'll just attach it here where we joined the two parts, and I'll attach this yarn here. Chain 1 to secure. Now we have to do one single crochet stitch in each of these stitches around. So as you can see, there are stitches here. You have to just make sure you're going in each of these places and make one single crochet stitch. So one single crochet stitch all around so that we get stitches to work upon. So just go in and make one single crochet stitch. So we'll work this all around and meet you back when I reach here. So I have done one single crochet stitch all over, and now I'll join this with the first single crochet stitch that I made with the slip stitch. Now I'm just going to cut the excess yarn because it's secure enough, because it's gone into a couple of stitches, so it won't come out. Now we'll work an increase as we want the cupcake hat to go like this. So we'll work an increase now. So chain 1, chain 1, and work 1 single crochet stitch in the same stitch, 1 single crochet stitch in the next, 2 single crochet stitch in the next, then again 1 single crochet stitch in the next, 2 single crochet stitches in the next, 1 single crochet stitch in the next. So we have to just keep repeating this by doing 1 single crochet stitch, then 2 single crochet stitches, then 1 2 1 2, like that. We have to just keep repeating this until we reach here, and we'll join it with a slip stitch. After completing this round, make a slip stitch with the first single crochet stitch that you made, and add a stitch marker to this stitch. Now we have to work 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch across, and without making a slip stitch here. We have to just keep working around and around till we reach a certain length. So what we have to do is, we have to make 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch across. So first the single crochet stitch that we have to make is in the stitch that we have made a slip stitch. So we'll go in and make a single crochet stitch, go into the next stitch, make a single crochet stitch, again go into the next stitch, make a single crochet stitch, then again in the next. So we'll keep repeating that, and when we come here again we have to work single crochet stitch in this stitch without making a slip stitch. So we'll keep working 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch across, round and round, till we reach certain length. I've completed 20 rows, 20 rounds of single crochet stitch, and we have to work in both the loops. So we'll get this kind of a pattern. But if you want a ribbed pattern on top also, then you can work only in the back loops. But I have worked in the both front and back loops. So I've completed 20 rows. Now we'll take out the stitch marker that we added, and we'll add it on top. Till now we were doing 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch across, and in the first row we did an increase. Now in this row we will start doing decreases. So first go into the next stitch, make a single crochet stitch. Now we have to work 2 stitches together. So go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the next, yarn over, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all the 3. So we have done 2 single crochet stitches together. So this will form a decrease. Now again go into the next stitch and make a single crochet stitch. Go into the next stitch, make a single crochet stitch. Go into the next stitch, make a single crochet stitch. Go into the next stitch, make a single crochet stitch. Now again we'll do a decrease. So we'll go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. We'll not finish this. We'll go into the next stitch, we'll yarn over and pull up another loop. We'll have 3 loops on your needle, yarn over and pull through all the 3. So we have done another decrease here. Again we'll do 4 single crochet stitches in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now again we'll do a decrease. We'll go into the stitch, yarn over, we'll pull up a loop. We'll go into the next stitch, then yarn over and pull up a loop. Then we'll yarn over and pull through all the 3. Again we'll do 4 single crochet stitches in the next 4 stitches. Then we'll do a decrease. Then again 4 single crochet stitches in the next 4 stitches and then a decrease. We have to complete this till we reach here at the stitch marker. So I have finished this round and now 2 stitches are left. So I'll be doing a decrease here. In your case, if you have 3 stitches or 4 stitches, you just go as per the pattern. It doesn't matter. Now we have a stitch marker here. We'll remove the stitch marker first. We'll work a single crochet stitch in the stitch that we added the stitch marker. And now we'll add a stitch marker to this stitch. If you add the stitch marker, it's easy to notice where did you complete the round or where did you start. So it's very important to add a stitch marker. If you do not have a stitch marker, you can just add any color yarn, a little piece, so that you'll know where to end. Now in this round we have to just work 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch across. So we'll just go into the stitch and work 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch. So we'll keep doing 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch until we complete the round and reach the stitch marker. I have completed this round by doing 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch across. Now again I'll remove the stitch marker and I'll make a single crochet stitch and add the stitch marker to this stitch. Now this row will again be a decreased row. First work 3 single crochet stitches in the next 3 stitches. 1, sorry, okay, 1, 2 and 3. Now again work a decrease. Go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Do not finish. Go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all the 3. Again 3 single crochet stitches in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now again a decrease. So go in, yarn over, pull up a loop. Go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Then again 3 single crochet stitches in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Again a decrease. Yeah, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop and pull through all 3. So you have to keep repeating this until you reach your stitch marker. So this will complete this round like this. I have almost reached the end of this row. I'm left with 2 stitches here after the decrease, so I'll just do 1 single crochet stitch in this and 1 more in the last. Now I'll remove the stitch marker, do 1 single crochet stitch in the stitch in which I had put a stitch marker, and I'll put a stitch marker in this stitch. Now for the next 2 rows, what you have to do is you have to work 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch across. So you'll keep doing 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch, and when you reach here you'll remove the stitch marker, you'll work 1 single crochet stitch in the stitch in which we had put the stitch marker, you'll add the stitch marker to the that stitch, and then again you'll keep doing one single crochet stitch in each stitch again till you reach the stitch marker. So for the next 2 rows you have to just keep doing one single crochet stitch in each stitch. So we'll keep doing one single crochet stitch in each stitch for the next 2 rows. After completing 2 rows with one single crochet stitch in each stitch, now I'll again remove the stitch marker. I'll work one single crochet stitch in the stitch that I had put the stitch marker in, and now I'll add the stitch marker to this stitch. Now again we'll do a decrease row. So we'll do 3 single crochet stitches first in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now again we'll do a decrease. Go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Do not finish. Go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through all the 3. Again do 3 single crochet stitches in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now again a decrease. Go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through all the 3. So you have to complete this row by doing 3 single crochet stitches in the next 3 stitches, then one decrease, and again 3 single crochet stitches in the next 3 stitches, and then another decrease. You have to complete this row and finish this till you reach the stitch marker. I have reached the end of this row. I have to do a decrease now. Okay, after finishing, now again I'll remove the stitch marker. I'll work one single crochet stitch and add a stitch marker to this stitch. Now in this row you have to just work one single crochet stitch in each stitch across. So just go into the stitch and work one single crochet stitch in each stitch. Complete this round till you reach the stitch marker by doing one single crochet stitch in each stitch across. I've finished this row by doing one single crochet stitch in each stitch. Now again I'll remove the stitch marker. I'll do one single crochet stitch and I'll add the stitch marker to this stitch. Now this row is again a decrease row, and in this row we'll do a decrease after every 2 stitches. So work 2 single crochet stitches in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. And now we'll work a decrease. So go in the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through all the 3. Now again we'll work 2 single crochet stitches in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. Now again a decrease. Now again we'll work 2 single crochet stitches in the next 2 stitches. Now again we'll work a decrease. So we'll keep doing this until we reach the stitch marker. After completing the row, again I'm going to remove the stitch marker and do one single crochet stitch. and then again add the stitch marker to this stitch. Now this row again you have to just keep doing one single crochet stitch in each stitch. So just keep doing one single crochet stitch in each stitch across till you complete the round and reach the stitch marker. Now I've finished my row. Now again I'll remove the stitch marker, make one single crochet stitch and add the stitch marker to the stitch. Now again we have to do a decrease row, and again this time we'll do a decrease after 2 stitches. So first we'll do one single crochet stitch, then we'll work one more single crochet stitch in the next stitch, and now we'll do a decrease. So go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the 3. Again we'll do 2 single crochet stitches in the next 2 stitches. Now again we'll do a decrease. So we'll keep repeating this until we finish the round and reach the stitch marker. Now again I'll remove the stitch marker, make a single crochet stitch and add the stitch marker to this stitch. Don't panic if your cap is coming not taking a proper shape, because once it's ready we can just stretch it and make it in a proper shape. Because sometimes what happens is when the project is not made, it curls a little bit. So just don't panic about it. It will be as beautiful and very pretty. So now we'll start with this row. Again in this row we have to do a decrease, but in this row we'll do a decrease after every stitch. So we'll do one single crochet stitch here in the next stitch, and then we'll do a decrease. Go into the stitch, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop and yarn over and pull through all. Then again one single crochet stitch in the next stitch and one decrease. Again one single crochet stitch in the next stitch and one decrease. So you have to keep doing this until you complete your round and you reach the stitch marker. After completing this round, now I'm going to remove the stitch marker and I'm not going to use it again. Now what we have to do is we need to close this gap. So what we have to do is we'll have to do a decrease in every stitch. So just go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop and yarn over, pull through 3. Again go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and you have to do a decrease in every stitch. Now go into this stitch, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 3. So you have to keep repeating this until the hole is closed. And when 10 stitches are left, after doing the decrease in every stitch, when 10 stitches are left, chain 1 and leave a long tail and cut the yarn. So I've taken a long tail. Now I'll just take a tapestry needle, just fasten this off. Take a tapestry needle, put the yarn through, now we have to go into each and every stitch here And after going into all the 10 stitches, we'll pull the thread. So this will close this place. Now, when you finish going into all the stitches, just pull it. And when you pull it, you will see this place will close. Now we have to go under this and flip the cap inside out. And just make a couple of knots so that it's secured enough and doesn't open. I've made a couple of knots and it's secure enough. I'll just go into a couple of stitches. And cut the excess yarn. Now as you can see, the cap is ready. If it's a little curling on top, you can just stretch it a bit and it will take its shape. And once you put it on the head, it will totally take its shape properly. And now we'll make a cherry to put it on top so that our cupcake cap is complete. So let's begin with the cherry now. So let's begin making our cherry. I'm using red color yarn. For making this, you'll have to make a magic circle. So rotate this around your fingers, go under, pull it and chain one. Now we have to work in this magic circle. So now we'll make 10 single crochet stitches in this magic circle. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now we'll pull this yarn from this side so that our magic circle closes. And now we'll slip stitch to the first single crochet that we did. Now first we'll chain one and then we'll work one single crochet stitch in the same stitch that you slip stitched, and work 2 single crochet stitches in each of these stitches. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, so on till you reach here. You must have 20 stitches at the end of this round. Now slip stitch with the first single crochet stitch that you did of the previous round. Okay, now chain 1 and do 1 single crochet stitch in each of these stitches. So you'll have a total of 20 stitches. So we'll just go in and keep doing 1 single crochet stitch in each of these stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll keep doing this till we reach here. After completing this round, we are not going to slip stitch. We are just going into the next stitch and keep doing 1 single crochet stitch. Just remember the count of 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 20. We'll make one more round for 20 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 18, 19, 20. Now we have to do a decrease. We'll put this yarn and inside only the tail, and now we'll do a decrease. So we have to do 10 decreases. So we'll do 2 single crochet stitches together, so we'll have a total of 10 stitches at the end. So we'll go into the stitch, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop. This is 1, then again 2, second decrease, then again 3, this is the third decrease, then again 4, this is the fourth decrease, 5, this is the fifth decrease, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After finishing this round, we have to add in some cotton or some fiber or some yarn scraps, whatever you have, whatever is available. You have to just put it in so that it takes its shape. You can use some waste cloths if you have. You can use that waste cloth. You can even put that. You can put yarn scraps. You can, whatever is available with you, you can just put that, just so that it holds its shape. I'm going to add a little more. So now we'll start with our round, and now we have 10 stitches and we have to do the decrease 5 times. So go into the stitch, pull up a loop, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, pull through all the 3. Go into the stitch, pull up a loop, go into the stitch, pull up a loop. So this is the second decrease, Now this is the third. Fourth decrease. I'm holding the fiber with my finger because it's coming out, but once we finish the rounds it will be secure enough. And the last one. Once you're done with this, chain 1, cut the yarn and fasten off. Now I'll just take a tapestry needle and weave it in so that it's secure enough, and this will be the bottom part, so it will be sewn to the cap, so don't worry about the fiber showing because it won't show, and this will be the top part. Here I've taken my tapestry needle and I'll just go in a couple of stitches so that it's secure and the yarn won't come out. Make a couple of knots here. That's it. I'll just cut the excess yarn. And the thread is ready. Now we just need to add the little stem on top. For the stem, I'm taking brown color, but if you want, you can even take green or whatever you feel like. Now, just make a slip knot. Chain 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now go into the second stitch from the hook, second chain from the hook, and make a slip stitch. So we'll go into the second chain from the hook and make a slip stitch. Now again we'll go into the next chain and make another slip stitch, and we'll keep doing that till we reach the end. We have to just make slip stitches in each chain. 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is done. Chain 1 and I'll cut the yarn. I'll leave a little long tail because I'll need it to sew. So now we'll just fasten off. I'm just tying both the ends together so that it's secure enough. And I'll take a tapestry needle and the long end I'll put it in the tapestry needle. Now we have to sew it in the top. So we'll go in first and come out of the stitch. Like this. So we'll go in again and come out of another stitch. Now I'm going totally in so that I come out of this side, so that it's much secured and doesn't come out. Don't worry about these fibers because it won't show. So this is done. Now at the bottom I'm going to make some knots. so that it's much secure. I'm just going to cut these extra pieces, and with the help of the tapestry needle itself, I'll put this in. Now see, my end is very small. What I like to do is, when my end is small, I put the needle in where I want my yarn to go, and then I thread my tapestry needle. And once the needle is threaded, I pull the tapestry needle and the yarn goes in. This is the way I weave in my ends when sometimes I leave less yarn. Now I'll just cut the extra one. And you can see our beautiful cherry is ready to go on the top of the cupcake. So let's sew this on the cupcake cap. I've threaded my tapestry needle with the multicolored yarn and made a knot so that it doesn't come out. Now first I'll be going into the bottom of the cherry and securing the yarn here first. Now I'll be sewing this on the top of the cap. So first from the top I'll go in just right on top and adjust it the way you want it to be. Then from the inside you need to put your needle out and then join it with the bottom of the cherry. I hope you're able to understand. Just do this couple of times and make sure this portion is not shown and it's sewn like this. After sewing the cherry on top, I've made a couple of knots inside so that the yarn is secured enough, and after going in a couple of stitches, I'm going to cut the extra yarn. So here your beautiful cupcake cap is ready with the cherry on top. I hope you like it. And if you've really enjoyed the tutorial, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon as you'll be notified whenever I upload my new video. So it's curling a bit, but not an issue, but when you put it on your child's head, it will totally take its shape as a beautiful cupcake. Tasty one with no calories. So stay happy, keep crocheting. Bye bye.